Okay, give me just a minute to get all straightened out here. Sorry about that. See if I can bring this down just a little bit. Got very close quarters here. Getting there, I'm getting there. I think that might be close enough. Let me just get it straightish. Ooh, that's getting there. Ooh, okay. You know, I like it to be all straight. Well, it looks like it might be a little glitchy tonight too. So sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm turned the right way. Yeah, so at least I'm trying, right? I'm here, right? So yes, it is just a little bit after 6:30 on Tuesday, which means it's time for Tiger Stamp Club Live, where we make great cards. And I have, believe it or not, another great card for you tonight. I saw it and I thought, man, that is so cool. I need to show my people how to make this. And so that's what we're going to do. First of all, let me just see who all's here. I know Lisa's here, and let me scroll up. Okay, Diana, hi. Lisa's back. I'm glad you jumped over here. Denise, hi Denise. Hi Gloria again. Let's see, Elizabeth Hightower, hi. Jill Steely, again, yes, thank you. Those are all my faithful friends there who know that sometimes that technology can be glitchy. And we just don't let it get in the way of a good time, do we? And so let me go through a couple of announcements, quick announcements. The first and foremost being is it's almost time for a brand new catalog. Can you believe it? And this is my PDF version that I printed out, downloaded and printed out and bound together so I could look at it, because I'm old school. I can't look at anything on the computer this way. And right now, until this goes live, all that I am allowed to do is show you the front cover. So again, this will go live May 5th, and it's chock full of new cool things, and you're going to want one. So if you aren't a demonstrator, if you are a demonstrator, you can include it in the pre-order or any order, your first order from it. And the pre-order from this, if you're a demonstrator, is on right now. If you're not a demonstrator, and let me know and I can send you one when I get them in. I don't even have a hard copy, a real copy of it. But when I do, I can send it to you. I have ordered some for some people that have ordered from me this past year, so I have those on the way to you. And anyway, it's a new catalog is always an exciting time. Hi, Barbara Milligan. So be on the lookout. Brand new things are on the way. Also, there are brand new things in the new online exclusive section of the website. So, and I believe those are available for order now. So if you haven't been to the online exclusive section of our website, then you might want to check it out. Also, I just posted that the last chance list was announced today. So those are the things that are retiring. It used to be called the retiring list. And so it's your last chance to get them. So look through there and see if there's anything that you want. Those items are while supplies last. And once they're gone, they're gone. So I know that all the in colors from 2 years ago are going away. And so those are boho blue, copper clay, moody mauve, pebbled path, and wild wheat. So if you have any of these stamp pads and you would like to continue using them for, extended period of time, I always encourage you to buy the re-inkers now while they're available, before they sell out. Because once they're gone, they're gone. And also the cardstock or anything to do with these colors are going away. So get them now while you can. Also, you'll notice I don't have a host code for April here because, I could have one, but it would only last for 14 days, 2 weeks. That's because beginning April 15th, host codes are going away. And that means that you guys will get rewards for every order that you place that's over $20. And it's a 10% reward. So like if you place a $75 order, you're going to get $7.50 in rewards that you can use on a future order. And I can see that my video is going in and out. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. Come on. All right. Looks like I might be back. Sorry for the glitchiness tonight. So I was saying, starting April 15th, a new reward system. So you have to have at least $20 order to qualify for rewards. And then it's 10%. And it's like a coupon that you can use on a future order. So, and Stampin' Up! Will keep track of that. You do have to have an account on, Stampin'Up.com, which most of you already do. And they will keep track of it for you. So you don't have to keep track of it yourself. So that's a good thing. So anyway, lots of changes are coming down the pike. And we're just going to roll with them, right? All right, enough of that. Let's get started on my card. And I don't want to show you, I just want you to be surprised. Okay? But trust me, it's really cool. So, here are my instructions. You need cardstock pieces that are 5.5 by 3 13/16. And you're going to need 4 of them. All right? And I didn't do the die cutting because I think this goes together pretty quickly. And I wanted to spend a little time with you, I could have done it. And I did, think, should I, shouldn't I? Usually I do. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. And again, I think it's going to go pretty quickly. Oh, before I do that, I'm all discombobulated now because everything is glitchy. Let me show you what we're using tonight. This is the Winterly Treetops stamp set and the Winterly Treetops dies. And I'm using DSP that coordinates with it, and it's the Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. You guys have seen this before. It's the birds. Sorry, Gloria. But this is from the mini catalog. And the winter mini catalog, and it's carrying over to the big catalog, the brand new catalog. So anyway, at least the DSP will remain current. Everything else right here, I think, is on the last chance items. And then I'm also using the Spotlight on Nature dies. All right. And so let me set that aside for the moment. And let me go back to my cardstock. I'm spitting. Don't spray it, Manny. Just say it. All right, so I'm going to start with this largest die from the Spotlight on Nature. Let me bring over my die cut machine again. All right, I've got Shaded Spruce DSP, and I've got this large die from the Spotlight on Nature. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it so that it's just at the top there and then even on either side here. And what I'm hoping to do is create a arched top there. And yes, I know we have arched dies, but you know, I'm casing somebody, so this is how she did it, so that's how I'm doing it here. And she did mention the new arched dies, and she said she didn't have them. I do have them, but I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So I only want to cut that top area, so I'm only going to roll this a certain amount through. And I'm just gonna, hopefully, I'm gonna take a look here. It looks like it worked. Just barely here, but I can just snip that part off. But you see here, what I'm trying to create is this arched area right here. And then with just a little snip, I've got what I need. I'm gonna do that 4 times. So, again, I'm just putting this on here. I'm making sure that it's just right there at the top and that it's pretty even side to side. Again, another way I could do it is I could just line this up so that my plate only covers like the part that I want to cut out. But that tends to warp my plates quicker. And so if you just watch and roll it partially through and then back it out, it will work, as you've seen. So I'm going to roll it partially through and then back it out. Always get that little piece right there. All right, there's 2. Going to do it 2 more times. Basically, I wanted to show you that it's not hard. Remember, I love those cards that are pretty showy, but are not that hard to make. Let's try it again. Yes, Gloria, I was upside down for a while. No, I was sideways, wasn't I? Oh, that one did it. Look at that. And then one more time. Okay, put it right at the top, center it left to right, so the die actually sticks off on both sides here. And then I'm gonna run it through. Sorry for the shaky. And just a little snip will do it. All right, now I have 4 pieces that have the arch on the top, and I made that with the Spotlight on Nature dies. Now, oh, don't put that away, Manny, because you also need 2 pieces of DSP that are 5.5 by 3 13/16. And how she got that insane measurement of 13/16 is from this die. She knew she was going to be using this die, so she figured out how wide the paper needed to be, and I didn't question it. And that's why I case a lot, because they can do all the hard work and all I have to do is follow their instructions. You know, and so that's what I'm hoping to pass along to you guys. Figure out the hard stuff and then make it work. All right, so I'm doing the very same thing with this DSP. Only going part of the way. And there I have that. And one more time. Really just kind of eyeballing it. Just making sure it didn't move. I mean, I saw it moving, but I think it's still good. All right, run this through part way. Oops, sorry for the shake. Let's see. Ooh, I need to snip twice here. Snip. Snip. There we go. Now, on two of these pieces, one cardstock piece and one DSP piece, these are going to be the front. And I'm going to put them together like that. And kind of get a sticky and hold that in place. And then I'm going to take a smaller circle and I am going to place that just along that design. There's that design that the first circle makes, and you can use that as a really good guide for where this circle needs to go. And so I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to run that all the way through, because like I said, this is going to be a diorama, and some of these pieces need to have an opening to see through. Oh, good, it went through. And the reason why I did these two together is because they layer onto each other and they're at the very front. And so I wanted that hole to be in the exact same position on both pieces. Now, I need to do the same thing for 2 middle pieces. So I'm going to take this cardstock piece and line that up. And using that design as a guide, you know, it pretty much makes it simple to have it all lined up when you put it all together. Just making sure I didn't move it. And I think it's a little bit forgiving. And one more piece and then we'll be done. You can use these pieces, these inside pieces, for another project. All right. And now I'm going to do it on this. Okay, I'm just going to line that up using that design as a guide again. Run it through. Let me see here. Oh, there is another, one of the layers in our diorama. Let me put this back here. Let me get everything together, otherwise it's going to be a mess. One of the layers in the diorama is some leaves peeking through. So I'm going to use this piece from the Winterly Treetops die set to create the leaves that show through. And what I've done is, this is going to be a layer that lays behind one of these, but it's going to be die cut with the leaves. And so to make sure that it was the right size, I die cut. Hey Rhonda. Hey Nancy. Excuse me. All right, let's see what happens here. Did it cut all the way through? I think it did. So let's see if I can get it. Some of these detailed dies, you know, it just takes a little work to get it. And I'm just going to line these up front to back. That's my front. This is, I don't need this piece. Here is my leaf layer. That's going to be here. And then, oh, I was like, where are those pieces? So I have gone ahead and stamped and colored my pieces that I want to use to decorate my, oh, I've got those things too. So I stamped this using the Winterly Treetops stamps. Here's that. And then we're using this as well. So those two stamps is what I stamped in Memento. And then I colored them using blends. And those are going to go, well, This one's going to go on this layer, and then this one's going to go on front here. So back, middle, middle, front. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue. This will all begin to make sense here shortly. All right, back layer. So for this layer, I'm only going to put a little bit of glue on the tail of this bird and on the branch here. And then I'm going to glue it like so. Okay. See that? And that's going to be that layer. Now, here's that die cut leafy piece. And I'm going to glue it to this piece. And I got that little piece there, so I got to be careful. Just going to put a little glue here, and then some glue down here. And then I'm going to just lay this where I think it needs to go, and then tuck in those sides. So something like this. All right, and there's my leaves, and that's going to layer on here like this. And I may have to trim that because I don't want to cover up that bird so much. And then this goes on the front, okay? So it's going to look basically like that. Let me go ahead and trim this piece off because it's covering up too much of my bird. So I'm just going to give it a little snip right here. No one will ever know. That looks better. And this is going to go on front. Now when we assemble, we're going to go back to front as well. But now I need to make my accordion pieces, and they are out of cardstock that are 2x2, and then I'm going to score them. So let me get my scoreboard. I could use my trimmer, but when I have multiple scores to do, it's easier to do it on the scoreboard. And so you need, how many pieces of scoreboard? I forgot. 6, 3 on each side. So I should write that in. In my recipe that I have, that I will do, and then you're going to score it at every 1/2 inch. So I'm going to score it at 1/2, 1, and 1.5. And I'm going to do that for each one of these. 1/2, 1, 1.5. 2 more. Done. All right, put this away. Bring out my tweezers. Okay. So I have 3 that go on this side and 3 that go on this side. So I am going to turn these upside down because this is now back to front. And I'm going to start here. All right, so I'm going to fold these accordion style. And then I'm going to burnish them. The smallest bit of border here so that the accordion doesn't show when it's all together. So it's just above the bottom and just in from the side here. And then I'm going to use my tweezers to kind of hold that in place. And I'm going to do this one. So accordion fold, burnish, and then I'm going to glue. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, or attempt to do, is layer this on top here for this middle layer here. So what I'm going to do, I'm using this tweezers to kind of hold this in place. All right, and I'm just going to hold that into place for a few seconds. And then can you see how that works? That little accordion fold right there. And it makes it pop out. And we're going to do the same thing with this next layer. So here's my next accordion fold. Got a little too much glue on that, but that's okay. See if I can hold that into place now. Accordion fold, burnish, and glue. And so I was thinking, you know, this would also work. I mean, it could work for anything. I could see instead of birds in here, if you have, you know, some floral DSP, a nice little flower in there would be cool. All right, let's put some glue on this. our next layer. Hold that down for just a second to make sure it adheres. Just trying to get some of that excess glue that I have there so it kind of pops out. But now we have 2 of those accordions in place. And you can see the dimension that's starting to happen. All right, now we have, oh, I forgot to glue these 2 pieces together. So let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit there for a second while I do the accordions. And burnish. And burnish. That goes there. You should have seen me use these tweezers the other day when I made the example card. You know, because I always have to make it to make sure it's Tiger Stamp Club worthy. You know, because sometimes there are cards that I pick out, and when I make them, I was like, oh, I really don't like it now that I've made it. Doesn't happen very often. Gloria always told me that I'm good at picking out cards for, you know, when I was having classes and stuff. Because she always helped me make the kits. All right. All right, let's get it down into place here. Hold it. See if it comes back. There we go. There are the accordion folds that are popping this out that are creating our diorama. And now looking at it from the front on, and then look at it, you know, it just stands up so nicely. So it'd be a good display card as well. Let's decorate the front real quickly. And to do that, I'm going to need to do some stamping. So I am going to do A Friend Like You Brings Me Happiness. Now, who do you know that if you sent them this card, it would just make their day? I can tell you, if I got a card like this in the mail from one of my friends, it would certainly make my day. All right. See if we can get this on here straight-ish. Commit, Manny, commit. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. All right, now this is going to go right here on the front like this. But first, here is my garland. That's going to go like this. I guess it pops up a little. I could trim this, or I could bring it all the way down like this. I kind of like it all the way down like that. All right. So let's glue this on, and I'm just going to put it along the bottom here. And then here is our sentiment. That. And there, that is a real statement. And yes, with this DSP, it is a little wintry, even though I think you could send this, you know, with the sentiment like this, a friend like you brings me happiness. It could go anytime, you know. But depending on the DSP and the stamping that you do. Now, what I would do, I haven't done it, is to take a piece of basic white and do that same thing, make it 5.5 by 3 3/16, and cut it out with the circle and put it on the back so that you could write on it. But look at that. I think that is a cool card. Isn't that, I mean, can you imagine pulling this out of the envelope? I just think, I mean, it just works so well. I will also tell you on that DSP, there is this image that you could just die cut from the DSP. Now, I've used that before, so I didn't have any. So that's why I stamped it and colored it. But this image of these two birds there are out of the DSP if you're a non-colorer and you just want to use the DSP. But wow, look at that. Let me know what you guys think about this card. I think it is cool. And remember, if you've commented tonight during the making of this card, and you know, if you just said hi Manny, then your name goes into the drawing to win this card. If you have shared it, then your name will go in twice, and you have 2 chances to win this card. What do you guys think? Isn't it cool? And when I saw it, I was like, okay, I got to show my people. You know, even if you, like I said, use different stuff, this is a cool design, and it's not super, super hard to make. Yeah. So let me just quit some. Let's see. I know I keep, Carol Fagans is here. Susan Bischoff. Hi, guys. Denise would send it to her 95-year-old coworker who retired a few years ago. She would absolutely love it. Lisa says, it's a showstopper. Beautiful idea. All right. I'm glad you guys like it. You know, I never know. Most of the time you guys like my stuff that I pick out because I typically pick out cards that have all the stuff. But did you notice there's no bling on here? I mean, it's a showstopper even without bling. And certainly you could add bling to this if you wanted to. Anyway, that's my card for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's going to be going out tomorrow to one of you out there who are watching. And I do appreciate you being here, spending time with me. Something about making a card just makes all the other... and hopefully next week, my technology will be better. The way of making a great card. A great card. I miss seeing you guys. I will catch you soon next week. And we'll make another great card. Now, it's your turn to make a card and send it to somebody. I hope you do. If you do, post pictures to our group page so we can see the stuff that you're making. Oh, yeah, let me show you. Jill says, will it smoosh down enough to fit into an envelope? Well, let's just see. Well... it does. It's a super thick envelope, but it does go in there. Here's my other one. All right, guys, that's it. I will see you next time for another great card. Talk to you all later. Bye.